Mic'd up.
That was a surprise. Welcome to Yankees Coast to Coast. Oh, good. I can't hear it tonight. That's fine.
Welcome to Yankees Coast to Coast, our second show of the day. Adam was off in prison for the first show.
I got a reprieve. They gave me a break. The governor called. I'm out.
It's a work release program.
Oh, I like to work.
All right,
So might as
so
well. So what's going on?
the Yankees won.
Alert
The
media.
Yankees
The Yankees
won.
stole a win from the jaws of defeat.
They did.
I
They
love.
stole a win. Well, Ryan McMahon is a stud. Let's just leave it at that.
Well, I'm very happy. He deserved the moment. That's great.
Well,
Like to
every
see
time he's gotten up in the last 3-4 games, Michael K said he needs a moment. So
Yeah,
he was going to be
Michael,
right one of
got
these
a
days.
moment. Now, do me a
So
favor. Pull up the stats as you see them and tell me. Let's take a look at the
that's what, for the
strikeouts
day of the game or for the season?
for the game. I want
I
to see
got it.
all the batters game. Batters. I put it on this. I put on the show the post game, but of course they only show the good news, not like what they do. I like to see the strikeouts.
Only what is that? 6 or 8? 8 strikeouts. 3 by Stanton.
How many by Scranton?
Stanton had 3. He went 0 for 4. Had a
He's
weak
looking
grounder.
terrible. He's missing everything by half a mile.
Yeah, he's in one of those Stanton slips. Well, can I just address something? It's important. You ready?
What did I do?
On our show a couple of days ago, you said something about Jazz jinxing himself and putting too much pressure on himself.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
I said that about Jazz.
About Jazz Chisholm and his 50-50 comments. And then the next day, Michael K said the same thing on the game. Today, in my pregame show, I talked about what did I talk about? I talked about something. You didn't
never
watch
watched
me.
our show.
You never watched your show?
No,
I can't believe that.
I don't do that for us. I do that for others. I do this. This
I
is
can't
art for
believe
people.
you don't watch
This
our
is
show.
entertainment for others. I don't entertain myself except alone and in a dark room.
I don't really want to know too much about that because it kind of scares me. It really does kind of scare me, to be honest with you.
Here to help. Here to help.
Yeah, it's. Oh, Paul O'Neill said something about our relief pitchers falling behind the hitters and then grooving balls and throwing pitches where they're not supposed to throw them. And it was something I said earlier in the day, and it really was annoying as can be.
Yeah, but I have no evidence of that.
You have no evidence of that because you.
I think that these are, I hate to say it, but they're pretty common comments. I don't think it's like we're
I know.
saying anything that's outrageous, but
Listen, I do
any
think
world
sometimes
change.
we're ahead of the curve sometimes. We were ahead of the
We
curve
are.
on the noise story. We were ahead of the curve on the Yankee bullpen. We're ahead of the curve on the Yankees not being able to hit. We were ahead of the curve on a lot of things. But to today's game, I mean, Rice hit the 2-run homer, and Mr. Waka pitched 6 innings. The man does not strike out people. He just doesn't strike out people. And it's just disgusting that the Yankees still strike out against these guys. Walker pitched 6 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, and 6 Ks through 97 pitches for 57 strikes.
It's amazing. Let me ask you a question. What was the
Yeah.
play of the game that I'm going to want to focus on?
The play of the game?
What do you think the play is? Not the home run. What play do you think I want to discuss that happened tonight in the 7th inning?
In the 7th inning?
Yeah.
You want to talk about Duvall's pitch right down the middle?
That one, but maybe I'm going to go earlier. How about maybe it was earlier in the game? But anyway, it was the first run of the game the Yankees gave up. Why did the Yankees give up that run?
Oh, because Grisham missed the fly ball. But,
yes.
Okay, so I will say
care.
this. I will say this. I think that he misplayed that. I don't think that was a result of him showboating, loafing, or anything like that. I think he played it poorly.
It shows that
I,
he's a lousy center fielder. That's what
yeah,
I
I
think
do
it
think
is.
it doesn't show that we're waiting for him to drop a ball when he does one of his lazy catches, but
Yeah.
he didn't drop this one because he was lazy. He dropped this one because he was not good. He ran back to a spot, picked up the ball, and still had to adjust himself and dropped the ball in his glove.
Yeah.
Um,
And it was
and
because
he
first
should have been
he
there much quicker. I
he
mean,
goes back, he kind of does this lumbering thing where you see him go like this and you
yeah,
see the
he was
back of
running
his
with his
uniform.
back to the plate, and then he turned around and then he started using the go backwards footwork that you're not supposed to do as an outfielder.
Yeah,
Right.
not good.
So
But boy, was I mad.
it's
Oh, and
not
I
good.
let out a yelp.
Um, I, so from the standpoint of that, he was gliding through that game, Schlittler. Through 5 innings, he had thrown 87 pitches, and then in the sixth inning,
Hmm.
um, it went to hell in a handbasket for him. And sorry, in the seventh inning, he was in bad shape when Grisham dropped the ball. It only cost him 3 pitches, but it cost him pressure pitches.
Hmm.
And they also got lucky because that little pop up to drop between Rice, Jazz, and Judge, really the only one that had a play on it was Rice. It
Hmm.
was a tough play, but he didn't go after it the right way, and it looked like he was going to catch it, and he backed off at the last minute. So that was a
Yeah.
little bothersome to me, as well as the pop up he did catch in the eighth inning
Hmm.
that he did catch. He doesn't get any. He certainly
Style.
doesn't get any
Goes
style
for
points, but
style.
he did catch that one at
Got
least.
the ball. That's what mattered.
Yeah, but
But
it was
uh, but how
the
about
Royals.
McMahon? I know we
Go
I don't
ahead.
even want to talk about it. McMahon was beautiful tonight. That was great. Comes off the bench, hits a home run. I mean,
Well, it looks
and
like
it was a real stunner though. It was great. It was
Oh, I
exactly
mean, it didn't even reach the first row. It
it
hit the
was
railing.
exactly.
It hit the railing
Uh,
just above and beyond the whole
they
the railing
had
that prevents people from reaching across. What's the kid's
it,
name from the playoffs that year that reached
mm,
across? Mayer,
Jeffrey Mayer.
Jeffrey Mayer,
All
the
right.
Jeffrey Mayer bar. It hit the Jeffrey
Yeah,
Mayer bar,
but
but it was
here's
in left
funny.
field.
I think that this is one. There's a new stat right now, like of the 70 or so outfielders in the major leagues. I guess it's about 100 outfielders or whatever it is. Um, you've got that there's a percentage of those that would have caught that ball. It's like
It's like
82% would have been able to go up and catch that ball.
the
It
ball
was
that
that
McMahon is that. Did you see
McMahon
that
said.
someplace, or are you making that up?
No, I'm making it up, but I'm sure that that's a stat that you're going to
No, that
see
ball
any day
wasn't
now.
catchable. It was too high. It
Yeah.
was like major
Also,
league. It was too high. It was a
I'm
home
gonna
run.
I'm gonna bring up changing subjects again, but again sticking with outfielders. What remember the the stat that I really started to like a lot that they ruined this year. They gave you the outfielders' arm strength and how fast they throw.
They do that this
Um,
year. They did
they
that this
do,
year.
but they
Yankees are
used
doing
to
that.
do a percentage in the league. Your
Oh, well, they
average
were
in the
doing red,
league.
yellow, green still.
you know so now it's just like anyone who's like 80 miles an hour and greater is like a red light
Well,
is a red
I
is
don't
a
know. They
red
got
light.
Grisham as a yellow light and Judge and Bellinger as red lights when the
Judge
Yankees are
and
up.
I judges bad judges used to throw 80 like at least 90. Now he's down, but I like when you give the
No, I
percentage
think
against the league.
Judge is throwing fine now.
Yeah, he's fine, but I think everyone's shorter and throwing softer this year. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
Maybe it's
It's
just me.
so Schlittler tripled his walk output for the season today.
I
He
said the
had one,
same
and now
thing.
he had two today, so that's three total.
Amazing.
I mean, the
Listen, it's
guy's
bound to
got
happen.
63 strike. What does he have? He tripled his walk total, but even with him tripling his walk total, his strikeout rate, he's got six strikeouts, two walks today. He's
What
got
was
three
that?
walks on the season and
36
42 strikeouts
to three walks.
to three
That's got to
walks.
be like the highest ratio I've ever seen.
Well, for a hard thrower, it is. I mean,
Yeah.
the other thing is bothers me is that the Yankee pitchers who are not pitching well are falling behind. Duvall fell behind
Hmm.
2-0 and allowed the home run. He had a groove one. I don't understand why these guys won't get ahead of hitters. Bednar
Hmm.
scared the crap out of me when the first batter walked because he
Oh,
wasn't getting ahead of the hitters. You got to
right.
pound the zone. I mean, I understand when you get
Fundamental.
0-2. And then when Duvall got 0-2 on a guy, he started overthrowing his fastball and overthrowing his breaking ball, and he ended up, screwing up that batting at bat as
Hmm.
well. The Yankees aren't throwing enough strikes out of the bullpen, but they held today, right? Our friend
Yeah.
Hedrick, who is leading the league in appearances, I think he threw a whopping 11 pitches, and they
Mm.
took him out.
Oh, yeah, that's a typical Boone.
But it
That's the
was the
bad
top of
Boone
the
move.
order. It was the top of the order when they took him out, and they had Garcia and Witt at the top of the order, who were right-handed. And
Hmm.
Hedrick is not bad against righties so far this year, but granted, that's just a small sample size. But he's just used every game. I mean, if he's going to be used every game like this, it now
Dude.
comes down to the point that Yarborough needs to go bye bye. Kramer loves the fact they have three lefties, but I don't think you need three lefties. You need two lefties and another pitcher who's effective. I don't care if he throws underhand. He's got to be effective. And right now, the Yankees are in trouble because Cruz is struggling, Duvall is struggling, Hill is wobbly, Shavilli and De Los Santos and Bird are not reliable.
It's going to be the
Any one of them are
Columbus
reliable.
Express.
And they need bullpen pieces. And, Kay and Al O'Neill were talking about that today. And they said, listen, Cole and Rodon come back. That means two guys are leaving the rotation. Yes,
Who's it
two
going to
guys are
be?
leaving the rotation. Only one of the guys that's leaving the rotation and Weathers actually can pitch out of the bullpen. Um, you can't put Heel in the bullpen. Doesn't throw enough strikes.
No,
Weathers doesn't
no.
always throw enough strikes, but at least he's showing the promise that he can throw strikes, and he's really effective when he throws strikes.
I've
And
been saying
Warren
this
can't
for a
go in the
long.
bullpen. Warren deserves to stay in the rotation. He threw
No, he
33
does.
starts last year and got better over the course of the season. He got screwed in his last outing. We'll see how he does tomorrow.
Yeah,
Warren has to stay in the rotation as
but
well.
who else is going to leave? They don't.
Heel and
This
Heel
is
and Weathers are gone.
no. Heel. Weathers and Heel will go. Heel, I think, is the odd man out of the team. I don't think. I think he's going down.
I think he's the first one out. I
Yeah,
think
he's gone.
Weathers.
He's either
Yeah,
going to be go or trade. I could see a trade now.
they can't
No,
trade him.
not that
He doesn't
he
have
has
the
no value.
value for a trade.
No, but he has. But anybody has value. It's just a shitty trade. I mean, what do they normally do? Well, what did they get for Perazza, who's now lighting up and becoming the
Nothing.
best? They got nothing, and he's turning. He's going to turn into a really good player. Now
Hey,
watch. He's not going to be a
look what
great
they gave
player,
up for Shavilli or whatever the guy's name is.
you know.
They gave up Rumsfeld for him, and Rumsfeld, well, up until this week, was lighting it up.
Yeah, I mean that's just stupidity, but that's what we've grown to love about our team.
A guy with no
Um,
options was traded for a guy with options,
yeah,
and it was a bullpen piece. Like I said, I'm extremely worried
yeah.
about
Well,
the
I said
bullpen.
it the other day. There's nothing worse than having a team that doesn't hit enough and a team that doesn't it has a bad pen, because what you have is you
Whole
never
bunch of
feel
close
like you're
games.
safe. You never feel like you're safe. You're always close. And then you get lulled in with this team because they'll have a 10-run outburst. And then the next day they'll go over
Yeah.
30 with men in scoring position.
They're
I mean,
just,
it's
they're
terrible.
just, yeah, they're not. I mean, they're not even getting guys on base. To be
It's
honest
funny
with
how
you, I
you and
mean,
I are. Like, you and I are very happy that they won tonight. I'm very happy
five
that they
hits,
won,
5 hits and 5 walks. They had 10 base runners.
you know?
Um, but
So good, but not. But
wasn't
why does
enough
it not feel good? Why doesn't it feel good? I feel good for
because
McMahon.
the warts are still there, and the
Yeah,
warts. How do you
I
address the warts? I mean, obviously, I would love to say the Yankees have guys down in the minors they could bring up, but they want them to be starters, and they don't
yeah.
have. If they want to start limiting their innings at the end of the season, like I said, in July and August,
Mm,
yeah, then you could bring up a Lagrange, or you could bring up a Rodriguez, or you could bring up a Hess, or a Beck, or a Cohen. Well, Cohen is actually a reliever, so
mm.
but he's not on the 40 man. So really,
Well,
Lagrange
that's
and Rodriguez are on the 40 man. So they would be at the top of the list with Hampton because they're on
they
the
could
40
very
man.
likely cut Shavihi if that has to happen
Well,
to
they
make
could,
room.
yeah. Will they
So I mean,
cut him
there's
though?
lots of
Because
things that can. I'm not worried about the 40 man at this point. I think they got to bring guys up who are going to win, who are going to be
right.
sustainable, strike throwers.
Well, they got two
Um,
more games against this Kansas City team that can't score a lick.
Mm,
and we'll see what happens. But they're throwing two lefties, and like I said to you, and like I said in the show pregame, the Yankees are awful against lefties. I mean, god awful.
yeah.
But they're no bark against righties either.
They're no better, no bargain there either. No,
No, you're
it's
six,
bad.
7, 8, 9 hitters in the batting order.
Mm,
Whoever bats 6, 7, 8, 9 are batting 178, 185, 188, 167.
mm,
You pointed out Stanton is 0 for 14 against lefties. He's lifetime 277, 275 against lefties with a 944 OPS, which last year he was pretty much the same. He was at his league average last year against left-handers.
mm.
Last year, Bellinger had a better year against left-handers than he ever had in his career, better than when he won the MVP.
Terrible this
But
year.
even still, he's a 260 hitter against lefties, and he's one for whatever he is against
Yeah.
lefties as well. So I mean, they're not going to hit lefties. And Jazz is a 220 against lefties, and he's hitting a whopping. What is Jazz hitting? Whopping 1 for
160.
15 going into tonight.
What did you think of Jazz's last swing to end the game, to end the eighth inning? It was
It
like
was
this thing again,
I
this
wanted to
thing
hit a home
again,
run. It was terrible
where
swing.
it's like, but when your bat ends up here, something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Well, maybe he thinks he's the Statue of Liberty. It's the
Frickin'
250th anniversary of the country.
yeah. We should build an arch for for something. It only
And
costs
Grisham, by the way,
whatever.
Grisham last year against lefties hit 182 in a career year.
Wow.
And for his
Yeah.
career, he's 225. So I wouldn't expect him to do anything against lefties ever. And
So,
you know, it's the scary part is that out of all those guys, McMahon has the best batting average against lefties. But
yeah.
the team's got this is an interesting team. If Bellinger and Stanton and Jazz play up to their baseball card backs and their splits for lefties, lefties are not as big an issue for the Yankees.
Mm,
Right now, they're a big issue for the Yankees, but right now, everybody's an issue for the Yankees. They're hitting 220 as a team.
yep.
Um,
So there's bad things just continue to to happen here. I'm not,
yeah,
Gus
absolutely.
isn't playing good center field, and he's
Well, he
doing his
hasn't played a good
usual.
center field in years. By the way,
He hasn't
Yankees
been a
aren't
good
even
center
hitting
field.
220. They're hitting 214.
Yeah, he's terrible. So
He's
you
not a
got
good
you
outfielder.
not a good outfielder. I don't like the swing. I see him doing what he does. He strikes out badly. Terrible against left-handers. Just don't like what I see.
He's
And
very terrible against everybody.
how many RBIs does so what's his name? How many RBIs does Judge have this year? About 14, 15?
I don't think he has that many. I'm not. Hold on, I can look real quick
So
if you'd
again,
like.
we're back to the king of solo home runs. This is what's happening again.
Well, there's nobody on base. You got
No
those
one's
four
on
guys at the
base.
bottom of the order, and the guy at the top of the order is batting 152.
You know.
So you can't. There's nobody on base for him. I like the idea of him batting behind Rice. They consistently go left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, or right, left, right, left, right, left, depending on what the order is. And it's just asinine at this point. Nobody's hitting except for Rice and Judge on a consistent basis. And
Hmm.
Judge has not even been that consistent. You got to start to figure out what kind of consistency you can get out of these guys. Judge has
Yeah.
14 RBIs, by the way.
Oh, okay. So what's and that's based on what? 7 home runs? 8 home runs
Eight,
now?
eight, eight.
8 home runs and 14 RBIs. You know,
Yeah.
not good.
Well, yeah, but Rice has six. Rice has 6 home runs, and I think he's got 16 RBIs. I'm looking up Rice now as well. That's why
Mm,
I'm off to the side.
all right.
My
So
computer's a little slow.
hey, I have to run. I've got to go, but I want to bring up something.
I
Let's do
wanted
a
to bring up
show.
Jason Dominguez.
I have a great. That's a good idea. I've got a great idea for a show in the next few days. Let's talk about it. Uh, Jamie's article. So let's talk more about noise. Let's have him as a guest. We'll have the
Well,
young man as a guest to talk about stadium
yes, he's
noise.
famous, quoted in the Daily News.
Daily
I will
News.
say this,
I'm
though.
proud of him.
The last 3 games, they have stopped playing the music over Paul announcing the veteran of the day.
I guess he was offended.
He
I
should have
guess he
been. It
said
was an insult
he.
to Paul Olden.
And
But they
it's
stopped playing
terrible.
music. They stopped playing music. and they were not just playing music. They weren't even playing like the Marine fight song. They were just playing music over Paul while he was announcing the
Oh,
veteran of the
it's
game.
offensive. It's offensive. This is
It
a
was
man who
offensive.
makes his living with his voice. Let him speak. So,
Yeah. So our
uh,
friend Dominguez, just so you know, is hitting 327,
time to bring him up.
and he's slugging 450. Sorry, slugging 493, on base 456.
How is he batting
Um,
right against?
he's batting both ways.
Sorry.
It's he's batting both ways. He's a very flexible young man. Um, his splits this year are pretty good. They started out the season by saying they were going to focus on him batting left-handed, but now he's been playing every day, so he's batting lefty and righty with regard to that.
That
And
makes
he's
sense.
still only 23 years old.
Amazing.
And think about it. He's been in the league, it seems like forever. And look what Joe Adell did. He was a through the roof prospect when he came up. And he stunk for 2 years. But of course, the Angels kept him in there because they're the Angels and not the Yankees. The Yankees need to just let Dominguez go and
They
play
gotta
some
let, yeah, but they do that, but they do it for the wrong people. Why they think that that Volpe is the one that you put all of your love and
marbles in.
hopes and dreams in. I don't know. Anyway, let's hope things change. All right, my
All right.
brother, gotta
I will
run.
speak to you tomorrow, post game show tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we'll do a post game show tomorrow.
All right. I know you got to work because you're a working man. Work
Let's go
release program.
Yankees.
Let's go,
Yes,
Yankees. Brass Bonanza. Hopefully, you get your three square meals again today. Bye bye.
hots in a cot.